Hello, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mary Akomas, and I welcome you all to Mary Living. So, on today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to make a real slimy okra soup, the Nigerian style. Okay, so if this is your first time bumping into us, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that whenever we make uploads, you'll be notified. Okay, so let's move right into it. Here, I already have my goat meat, male goat. If you do not want to spend your gas cooking meat for a very long time, cooking goat meat for a very long time, always opt for male goat. Okay, so this is my male goat in my pot, and I've added onions. And what I also did here was to go ahead and add blended scotch bonnet peppers. Okay, so yes, blended scotch bonnet peppers. I added that because I love my meat spicy. I love my soup spicy. In fact, I love spicy. Okay, so I was very generous with the peppers. So yes, I've gone ahead to add onions and pepper. You can see the onions. So there's onions and there is pepper. Okay, so I'm also going ahead to add seasoning cubes. Okay, so seasoning cubes of your preferred choice is good. So I've gone ahead to add seasoning cubes, and after that is the salt. Okay, salt to taste. So a generous amount of salt, not generous amount of salt because we don't want our meat too salty. Okay, so I added this, and then I went in with my ginger powder. I really love me some ginger powder. I love the taste of ginger in my food. Okay, so I added ginger powder, and I'll be adding in water because goat meat takes time to cook, so you add in enough water. So after adding our water, we give this a quick mix because we don't want our ingredients clustering on one side. Okay, we want it to be evenly distributed. Okay, so I give this a quick mix, and then I go ahead to transfer this to the gas. Okay, transfer this to the gas and allow it to cook for a couple of minutes. So now let me introduce you to our ingredients proper. Okay, so we have our deboned stockfish. I always like to use the stockfish here. So yes, I have washed and deboned it. Okay, yes. So we also have our grated okra. Okay, if you want your okra to have that extra slime, great part of it. So I also have the diced okra. Okay, then we'll have our seasoning cubes. We'll have crayfish, blended crayfish, and then we'll have our blended scotch bonnet pepper, and we'll have diced pomo. Okay, diced pomo, and then we'll have our red oil. Okay, of course there's salt, but it's not here now. But there is salt. So now our meat is ready. It's ready. Okay, so what I do is to go ahead and add our seasoning cubes now. Okay, I don't know, whichever works for you. Maybe you like to add your seasoning cubes at the end, but I like mine to cook together with the food. Like, I want everything to be cooking at the same time. Okay, so yes, I've added my seasoning cubes, and the next thing I am going to be adding here is my stockfish, because we want the stockfish to be soft. We don't want to eat hard stockfish. Okay, and I also want I added the pomo and stirred because I want the stockfish and the pomo to absorb the juice of the goat meat. Okay, I want it to absorb the flavor of the goat's meat. So we give this a quick mix. All right, we give this a quick mix. Can you see that pot? Look at all the obstacles looking at me. Hey, Wahalier. Yes, so after giving this a quick mix, I noticed that the meat stock is not enough for the soup. So I went ahead to add the extra meat stock that I had from steaming it. I know you didn't see that part, but I had to take out some of the meat and some of the meat stock because I needed that for stew. So I added part of the meat stock because the water in here, the meat juice in here won't be enough to carry, to go about the soup. Don't worry about this English thing. It's not my father's language. Okay, so yes, and now I added the meat stock. and went ahead to add crayfish. It's at this point that I love to add my crayfish. In fact, it's at this point that I love to add most of my spices. Okay, so after adding the crayfish, I went ahead to give this a quick mix. I went ahead to give this a thorough mix so that everything will be evenly distributed. And then I went on with the grated okra. Now there is one thing I want you to know about grated okra. If you have never tried this before, try it from now onwards and tell me what your result looks like. Whenever you want to make okra soup, divide your okra into half, grate half of it, and then dice the other half. Trust me, it will come out very, very slimy. You don't necessarily have to add obono to your okra soup, because I know a lot of people do that. They add obono to their okra soup, for it to have the extra slime. Okay, but you don't necessarily have to do that. If not, it's no longer okra soup, it's now obono okra soup. You understand? So if you want to have an undiluted okra soup, okay, you want to have pure okra soup, grate part of your okra and then slice the remaining part for later. But for now, grate your okra, like grate part of it, which I just added now. You can see it, it's really slimy. Okay, it's really drawing. If you're my Nigerian, you're my fellow Nigerian, you know what I mean when I say that it's drawing. So it's really slimy. Okay, and this is how we want our okra soup looking. So at this point, I go in with my red oil, okay, because I want the red oil to cook as the same time with the okra and everything. Don't get me wrong, you must not follow this method. If you have your own method of cooking okra soup, please by all means do you. I'm just showing you what works for me, how I love to prepare my own, how it this is the method I cook that I really love. Is the method of cooking okra soup that I really love. There are some people that even go ahead to fry their okra. Yes, I've seen people fry okra, and I've even done it. Let me not say I've seen people. I have tried it out before, and it wasn't even a bad idea. But I always prefer this style. Okay, so I've gone ahead to add red oil, and then I've given this a quick mix. Just look at that. On a so poto 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 poto. Can you see? Swania de shake, swania de shake. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just being really silly. But I love what I'm seeing. Like, this is how we want our okra soup looking. Okay, so I've gone ahead to add my pepper. I tasted for pepper, and it was not really as spicy as I wanted it. Okay, so I added pepper, and here goes in my salt. Okay, so I've added pepper, I've added my salt, and I'm going to give this another quick stir. And then I went in with my diced okra. Can you see that? This is the point where my diced okra is coming in. Okay, this is the point where you want your diced okra. We don't want our diced okra overcooked. We don't want, by the time you put it in your mouth, it's already melting. That's not how I love my okra. I love my diced okra still crunchy. Okay, I love it not, not, I don't know how to explain it. I just love it crunchy. I love for me to eat it, but not fresh. I just want for the heat. I love for the heat to do its own part to soften it up a bit, but not completely soft. So I have done this, and this is the point where I go in with my ugu leaves. Yes, my ugu leaves. For those of us that are not Nigerians that don't understand ugu leaf is also known as pumpkin leaves. Okay, so that is the major leaf that we apply or that we add to our okra soup. Okay, so you can see how green and fresh the ugu leaf looks, and I am not going to allow this to overcook. I'm not even going to allow it to cook, okay? Because like it's vegetable, we want our soup fresh. We want it to still maintain or have that fresh look. So whenever what I do is whenever I put my ugu leaves in my soup, I leave it for to cook for like a minute, okay? I leave it to cook for like a minute, and then I turn off the cooker, because we want it fresh. So guys, here is my soup. Just look at that. Just in a good, take a good look, guys. This is how your okra is meant to be. Okay, if you have any other method of cooking your okra soup, do let me know in the comment section because I love to try new things. Okay, do let me know. But this is how I prepare mine, and guys, I won't even like this tasted absolutely delicious. Okay, thank you for watching. If you watched up to this point, I really love you. Thank you. Please do not forget to like, comment, share. Bye bye.